Who remembers the early 2010s? When we had Vine instead of TikTok, everyone would shop at Hot Topic, and the only thing that would stop kids from planking is breaking into a spontaneous Harlem Shake. It was a weird time. But what I recently remembered about the early 2010s were those games on the App Store. Games like Angry Birds and Doodle Jump, Cut the Rope, Geometry Dash, and Fruit Ninja. Well, I thought, hey, I'm a computer science student, and I recently started learning a bit of game development. I bet I could recreate those games, and I bet I could do it fast. Or maybe I'm delusional, and in reality, I just crash and burn. Well, there's only one way to find out, right? But first, let's talk about my favorite mobile game, the amazing Raid Shadow Legends, which is redundant because you hear Raid, you already know it's gonna be amazing. Listen gamers, I gotta level with you. Get it? Level with you? I know you've probably already heard about this game, but just in case you live under a rock, it's only the best cross-platform RPG game with 500 uniquely skilled champions. You may be thinking, isn't that game old? Sorry, I had to laugh. As if Raid didn't just come out with a huge champion update, balancing champions and improving PvP. Plus, Forge just came out, which means it's time to start crafting. You guys are my little engineers. I know y'all love crafting. My favorite champion is Elaine. First of all, I love playing girls in video games. But second of all, I wanted to join archery in high school, but watching Elaine really put work into that bow and arrow, basically the same thing. So go to the video description and click on the special links, and if you're a new player, you will get over 200,000 silver plus one free champion, Grinner. All this treasure will be waiting for you here, but it will only be available to players for the next 30 days. So get you some. Alright, back to the video. Alright, let's try to make an Angry Birds clone without watching any tutorials titled How to Make an Angry Birds Clone. Yeah, so I don't really know how slingshots work, but I think I remember something in physics about like equal and opposite reactions. So my idea was just get the distance between where the slingshot started and where the bird currently is, and then just apply that as a force. I don't know if that's how it actually works, but I mean, it looks pretty accurate to me, so I just went with it. And here's what the final product of the Angry Birds looks like on my phone. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I kind of slaughtered this one. I'm gonna make Doodle Jump based on what I learned from this 10-minute Flappy Bird video. There's a ton of tutorials on how to make Doodle Jump in Unity, but I'm not allowed to watch those since that would just defeat the purpose. And also, rest in peace to Brackies. He didn't die, but my heart sure did. Alright, so I start all my projects by just throwing random shit in there, acquiring assets using the classic Trem Black method, stealing it on the internet. Alright, so here's the part that I'm actually excited to try. I recently learned that in Flappy Bird, the bird's actually not flying forward. It's those pipes being randomly generated and they just move from right to left, which just gives the illusion that the bird is flying forward. As a concept, that's pretty freaking cool, so I just wanted to try do something like that. This next part is where I made the vast majority of the game, but ironically it was also the easiest and most straightforward part. I just added mechanisms to delete platforms when they're below the game scene in order to save computing power. And then I added the blue block, which was basically copy and pasted from the green block, but add tint and a feature to move left and right. And then I added the brown block, which just deletes when you step on it. I also tweaked the platform movement because at this point I realized that platforms aren't continuously moving down. They only move down when you jump on them, which I didn't previously realize, but there wasn't much time left, so I just added a quick script to adjust the velocity of platforms depending on where the player is. It is janky as I definitely would not release this in production, but oh well. The last step was to control the player with the phone. Now I will admit, I had a bit of trouble controlling the player in a way that didn't make the player fly 5,000 miles away from the screen. I also had a hard time figuring out if I was supposed to be using the phone's gyroscope or the accelerometer because I don't have enough physics in me to know the difference. So I ended up doing some research on the difference and then I went with the accelerometer. Then I built it to my iPhone and here's the results. I also tried giving it to one of my roommates and see if they would believe that it's Doodle Jump.
Not gonna lie, man. It's pretty damn fun.
Final verdict? Failed. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the results, but the challenge was to do this in like 1 hour. I took like 3 hours. But if you break it down, it literally took me like 40 minutes to get all the assets, create all the scenes, write all the scripts, create every platform and the spawner and add the sound effects. But it took me like 2 hours alone just to keep tweaking the gyroscope or accelerometer script. If that had taken like 5 minutes, I definitely would have completed my challenge. What's interesting to me though is that a game so simple like this made $1 million. It kind of makes me wonder where I could have been if I wasn't 9 years old in 2009. Like if I was 20 in 2009, I feel like I would be spending all my time trying to blow up on the App Store. But instead, I'm 20 in 2020, so I'm just a washed up YouTuber struggling for relevancy. Alright, so up next, I wanted to try Geometry Dash or the Impossible game. These were super popular back in the day, but I'm not sure if those blocks were like procedurally generated. Because I think for Geometry Dash, it was definitely manually designed levels, but f it, I'm just doing this to play around with generation, so I'm gonna make it procedural. Yeah, at this point I realized I'm not learning anything from this project and this is just monotonous and boring. This game is stupidly easy to make. That took like 20 minutes, yet somehow felt like an eternity. Normally I wouldn't even put this in a video, but the point of this video is to explain like a normal day of me trying to learn. So yeah, I guess I'll just keep this in the video. Alright, in conclusion, that was fun, I guess. Like none of these projects are actually impressive, I don't think. But it's just like me exploring new technologies. I know I might get like some comments like, oh, this kid is making Angry Birds in a day and it took them a team. But the difference is like I'm using Unity and I don't think, I mean, I don't know, I didn't look into it, but like when Doodle Jump first came out or when Angry Birds first came out or Geometry Dash, I don't think they used Unity. I think they probably just did it from scratch. So like I have it a lot easier than they do. just as like a disclaimer, in case you're not like familiar with like what's going on, I'm not like some genius. I'm literally just using a game engine that makes it super easy. Anyone can do it. Yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know if you like these vlog style videos, or maybe you fucking hate them, in which case don't let me know. Okay, bye.